Like I said, it was the worst part of it was in the morning when I woke up and got out of the sleeping bag because it was probably close to single digits cold on the mountain. Hi, my name is Kyle, and I am a pediatric oncology and bone marrow transplant travel nurse. I have been a nurse for 2.5, almost 3 years, and started with Atlas in October for my first ever travel assignment. I have been in Salt Lake City since the beginning and have really enjoyed my time here. Honestly, the reason I decided to go to Switzerland in the first place is because I learned how to snowboard. Learning how to snowboard at 30 was probably not my smartest idea, but I very, very quickly grew to love it. And when my recruiter, Nick, told me about the Atlas adventure, I figured I could take, something that I started while travel nursing and incorporate that into the trip, which was snowboarding in full view of Zermatt and the Matterhorn, which is where I went. I figured if you're in Switzerland, you might as well stay in an igloo for at least one night. So I just did that, but like I said, I got to snowboard in the Swiss Alps. I got to explore the city. The way I got to the igloo is we had to take what's called the Gornergrat train, and we took the Gornergrat train up to the Rotenboten station, and we met with our guide there. And from there, we actually walked down the mountain about 15 minutes in the snow. Really could use my snowboard there. They greet us with some warm malted wine, and then they take us on a tour of the entire place. One of the areas where I'm sitting in the window with the Matterhorn in the background, that's actually part of a suite with a jacuzzi right in front as well. With where I was staying, you had basically a block of ice, then a wooden platform with insulation, then your mattress with more insulation, and then a sleeping bag. And then they also thankfully incorporated some plug-in area, so you could actually have a USB. They had a USB port, so you could plug in your chargers and everything, and they had lights in the room as well. So it was a really interesting mix of kind of old school with new school mixed together. In the igloo itself, it's 32 degrees. So you just kind of wear your warm weather clothing when you're out of your sleeping bag. And then the sleeping bag itself was a negative 20 degrees Celsius sleeping bag. And so at night when you went to sleep, you just, took off your coat and your snow pants and everything, and then just got into the sleeping bag and just snuggled right up. And it was actually pretty warm. And now when I woke up in the morning, I was not warm when I got out of the sleeping bag at all. But I slept pretty good, surprisingly. And then we actually they gave us dinner as well. So you got a charcuterie board and fondue. So Switzerland fondue is definitely an experience you have to try at least once while you're there. So we did that. Then everyone kind of hung out in what's called the Coda hut, and it is an insulated hut that had a fire going. And so we all went into the Coda hut and socialized for a little bit before bed. It was really cool too because you got to watch the sunset over the Matterhorn behind it. And that was incredibly beautiful to see that. So it was a very it wasn't just you were staying in a hotel, you were having an entire experience in itself with, staying in a place that is very unique. So I had the opportunity to go to Switzerland, and while I was there, I was able to use my Atlas adventure to stay in an igloo. And it was an absolutely incredible opportunity to have that experience and to, mark that off my bucket list. And it's all thanks to my recruiter, Nick, who has been an awesome resource and great recruiter for me throughout my journey of becoming a travel nurse.